All right, people. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Y'all, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got Scream 7 update, y'all. We've got some Oscar predicts to get into. Madam Web, a standalone movie, guys. We've got some juicy stuff to get into tonight. So this is actually our first roundup back, and we've got a new member joining our ranks, guys. So let's get started, y'all. I'm going to bring in my co-host with the most, my usual, my man with the plan. Loretto, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Hey, good evening. Feeling good. To quote Tony Stark in Iron Man 2, is good to be back. Both myself with the roundup and my Niners heading to the NFC Championship game again. One more game. We're at the big ship. I can't be more excited. Bay Area stand up. San Francisco, Santa Clara. What's up? We have a lot of great news. It's good to be back, and I can't wait to work with our newest team member. So excited.
Yeah, me too, man. And yeah, dude, your Niners pulled it off, man. And you know what? I was with my boy. He was a Packers fan, but even he said, listen, they came back with that drive at the end, and y'all did it, man. Y'all pulled it off. So I think it's Niners and Ravens in the bowl, bro. I think we're seeing one seed, and that'll be a hell of a matchup. That's for sure.
Hey, you couldn't script that any better. Hey, the same way like Rocky had to get back to Apollo Creed, man, it's kind of the same thing. You know, they got our number first, but we're going to get him back. We're going to get him back. Watch.
Bay Area coming for that win, huh?
Oh, yes. Quest for 6, baby.
All right, bro. I'm gonna be on the lookout for your Niners, baby. I'm gonna be on the lookout. But man, guys, we've got one new member joining us this evening, and further on too, guys. We've got a new member of the team. We're so excited to welcome her here. Welcome, Ileana Melendez, Captain Melendez over on Twitter. Welcome.
Hi. It's great to be here. I'm very excited to be like officially part of the team. And you're going to be seeing my lovely face now and hearing my cackles.
Woo! Welcome.
Thank you. Ooh, we got the soundboard coming through.
We're really glad to have you, and seriously, thank you for coming. Guys, we've got some great stuff to talk about tonight. We've got Oscars, Scream, all kind of talk about today, and we've got some crazy predictions, maybe. I don't know. These nominations this year feel like they're going to play it pretty safe, so we'll see what happens. What's up, Crystal Kyber?
She said,
Hi.
Bay Area.
Is this some football speak?
Yeah. Actually, that's just a Bay Area thing. So she
just
knows
Bay Area? Okay. All right. Hi, Crystal. How y'all
Bay
doing?
Area.
Let's go.
Go 49ers, huh? But y'all, we're going to move into our first segment here. We're moving into... Welcome to Rate Your Height. Today, we're not rating anything. We're actually going to just predict Oscars, y'all. Usually, this segment is saved for rating 1 to 10 upcoming movies based on trailers. But this time, we're just going to go ahead and predict Oscar nominations, y'all, since it's on Tuesday. We're going to predict picture, director, and the big 4, actor, actress, supporting actor, supporting actress. And I don't know, guys. I kind of feel like it's going to be a little bit of a typical-ish year. And I was thinking that for a long time until recently. When SAG, Golden Globes, we saw Paul Giamatti get one. We saw SAG nominate these people. I'm like, listen, I don't know. I might have to change my stuff up because I was like, oh, it's going to be Cillian Murphy. No problem. It's going to be. And now all of a sudden I'm double thinking myself a little bit here. But guys, let's start out with the big 4. And that is actor, actress, supporting actor, supporting actress. Now, Lo, let me know, man, where you at with the big 4, bro? I mean, we've got some very
strong,
some very recent awards shows that came up. So let us know, where are you at with the big 4?
I think with every year, there's always a couple spots that just feel kind of locked. Like, for example, R.I.P. Heath Ledger, but I feel like everybody knew Heath Ledger was going to win the year he did the Joker. I kind of have the same vibe with Robert Downey Jr. I feel like he's due. The last time he got nominated was Tropic Thunder with that infamous
Damn,
Lazarus
that's
performance.
15 years.
Yeah, and before that, it was he was nominated for Best Actor years ago in the 90s for his role playing Charlie Chaplin in the Chaplin film. So
Right.
he has such a wonderful resume, and even just
Mhm.
including his MCU stuff, he's a really good actor. There's a reason why everybody loves him. There's a reason why he was a face of the franchise for so long. So I think he's due. He's definitely going to be singing his praises Oscar night. The next three though, it gets kind of dicey. I'm pulling for Divine Joy Randolph, but I feel like supporting actress is kind of a crapshoot. It's always loaded every single year. There's so many talented actresses. I mean, it's hard to say who will take it from Divine Joy Randolph, but I'm pulling for her. And then we got the big two. I want to say the Academy will do the right thing and pick Lily, but I could also see them giving it to Emma. It breaks my heart, but I'm gonna stick to my guns. I think they'll do the right thing. I think they'll give it to Lily, and I'm gonna be honest. I think Paul Giamatti takes this from Killian. I hate to say it because Oppenheimer is my favorite film of the year, but I think Paul Giamatti also is going to get his due and get a lot of love from the Academy come Oscars night.
Ooh,
Oppenheimer?
Low with the hot take. All right. No, I think you're right, man. Paul Giamatti is getting some steam. He got the Golden Globe. I mean, he's continuously getting nominated. What was it recently that he the BAFTA? I mean, I'm like, yo, he's showing up, he's showing out. I think there's a little bit of competition going on between him and Killian right now. And what was it? The Critics' Choice Award gave it to Paul? Yeah, Critics' Choice gave it to Paul. Paul Giamatti looking to snatch Killian's wig or what? But we'll see what happens, man. Ileana, how are you feeling?
His Peaky Blinders wig. Poor thing. No, I think honestly, Lo and I are kind of like on the same wavelength here. I genuinely think supporting actor is probably gonna go to Robert Downey Jr. Is it uninspired to me? Yes. I think we could spice things up. At least I would hope. One of the redeeming like qualities of May December to me is like Charles Melton, and I know Charles Melton has had like some good buzz around him, so I would love to see a kind of mix up there, at least in the nominee list. But I think RDJ is going to take it. I think it would be wonderful for supporting actress to go to Divine Joy Randolph, but my sleep paralysis demon is Emily Blunt right now. Like I feel like she is the biggest threat.
Emily Blunt over Danielle Brooke?
Emily Blunt.
The way she phrased it.
What? I think she's my sleep paralysis demon. Her one scene, like her botch job, it haunts me. And I feel like she's gonna haunt my ballot. I just have a feeling. Call it my third eye. Call it.
Hold on. I like the prediction, but I thought she was amazing. But okay.
I'm not saying she was bad. But I feel like her role doesn't warrant the supporting nom enough. I feel like she's a bit of a Jamie Lee Curtis in the sense of like quantity.
Don't say it.
Oh, she's that Jamie Lee. No,
I know. I hate to do it to you.
No.
Hey,
but that's where like I think like you guys are saying, like I hope they do the right thing. It's gonna go to Devine. I think best actress to me, it's Lily. It's Miss Gladstone. It's our queen. It's Mother. But my fear and my prediction is Emma Stone. I feel like they're gonna they're gonna resign themselves to Poor Things in a way, because Emma Stone's performance, I just got back from Poor Things, as you can see. And I feel like her performance she's trying to do the most. And I feel like a lot of critics are gonna eat that up. Like a lot of Academy members are gonna eat that up in a Forrest Gump kind of a way. Just a little bit.
Damn. You got Lo getting up.
A little bit. I mean, I had to check my watch at 45 minutes, and I genuinely thought we were an hour and a half into the movie. I genuinely we were there really long. It was
Dang.
It was rough. It was a rough ride for me, unfortunately. And I went in with healthy expectations. I really did. I wanted to enjoy it. But there was you know, there was something about it that I said, yeah, I feel like the Academy is going to kind of eat this up a little bit. Or at least there's going to be a lot of people that eat it up because it feels like that kind of performance. And I think Best Actor, I think Pauly G is going to take it.
Well, I might ate up poor things.
Exactly. I think Cillian's little Oppenheimer hat is about to get snatched. Flew, in fact.
Oh.
You know, I was gonna say, as someone that saw
over Paul, I don't know. I'll come back to you on that.
I saw Poor Things twice because I loved it so, but I respect your opinion, Ileana, and that's actually why I'm glad you're here. It's good that we don't always agree on things.
It's valid. We're all valid for our interesting opinions.
But you know, the Forrest Gump thing hurt a little bit. That hurt, but you know, it's okay.
I know.
It's okay.
I know.
That was a shot right there.
I was like, yeah. I thought she was great.
But like, was I wrong?
All right,
so it gave me Poor Things gave me the ick. It just gave me the ick because of that, and I feel like a lot of people are kind of like prone to liking that ick just a little bit. I don't know. That's my assumption. Best Picture, I still think Oppenheimer could take it because it feels like a Best Picture. Like this is the movie they're gonna make a lot of montages with. But then again, they did that with Babylon, and what did they pay Babylon? Dust.
Not shit.
Dust. Not even a Swiffer. Dust. So we'll see how it goes. But that's my take on it. That's my vibe check with the Oscars. But we will see in 36 hours.
Laura, you were saying something? Man, one thing's for sure, guys. I think y'all are right on the money. I don't know if I could say Emily Blunt. But when you say Jamie Lee Curtis, I was like, oh shit, here she go bringing that one up. Because maybe Emily Blunt does sneak up and pull some Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know. But
I think the performance
have
is
a hard
like
knock on both supporting. I've got Divine Joy Randolph. I think she's definitely taking it. She's taken the Golden Globe, CCAs, all the major stuff so far has gone like 100% in her favor. So I just feel like she's going to end up taking it. And for me, I was like, if anybody provides a little competition for her, I would think maybe Danielle Brooks. But then again, Color Purple's just getting nothing. Like, it's just that moment is so unfortunate. Like,
so unfortunate. Danielle Brooks is such a wonderful actress.
Yeah.
I love her.
Loved her in Peacemaker. But she just unfortunately is not picking up any sort of steam at all. So maybe Emily Blunt, but I'm definitely going Divine. Robert Downey Jr., yeah, this is his to lose. I mean, I think out of all four, that's the one that we can all agree is like an absolute lock. Nobody else has really come for it. I mean, Barbie as well has lost steam. So I was thinking maybe Ryan Gosling could end up at one of these. Nah, it's been a resounding Robert Downey Jr., and I think he's going to take it. Now, it's hard for me to say this, but I think Cillian Murphy's getting it. I think this.
I hope so. You know what? I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah, I think he was
just the feeling that he might not, and it's going to be an upset.
Yeah, 100%. I think he was very transformative as Oppenheimer. I think Paul Giamatti is very close, and if anybody beats him, obviously it's Paul Giamatti. Nobody else. Bradley Cooper, get out of here, man. Like nobody else is going to take that from those two. So I'm just giving the edge to Murphy a little bit. He did win the Golden Globe. He didn't win the CCA, but that doesn't stop him. So I'm curious to see what SAG picks. And from there, I'll be a little more confident in that pick. But I just think for now, it's Cillian for me. And then actress, yeah, I want it to be Lily Gladstone. I'm not about to bring no bad juju up with Lily Gladstone. Okay, we're going Miss Gladstone for my lock as well. So it seems like every category kind of has like a head-to-head with only about two, maybe three, which is it usually, usually it is supporting actress, which is kind of the one that's like, oh, there's so many possibilities. I think it would be even crazier if Lily Gladstone ended up in supporting. It would be an even crazier battle going on there, but I think she's don't
put that shit out there.
No. Well, I mean, I thought that's what she was gonna run for at first. I thought she was gonna run for a supporting actress with how much she was barely in the damn film, but I'm glad that we're in where we're at with lead actress, and it would be great for her to make history and get it. So I'm hoping.
You think she would have been a lock if they put her in though?
In supporting?
Probably. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's what we thought about Angela. That's what we thought about Stephanie. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I
I've
that
been
one hurt.
burned before.
That
I've been burned.
that one
These
hurt.
scars.
Yeah, that burned. That burned.
That
Okay,
still hurt.
we're gonna do next best picture and best director, and I think Ileana already said it. Oppenheimer, and I think obviously it's going to Nolan. I mean, dude, Nolan has been passed up. I cannot believe at Golden Globes they said he was nominated for 8 and hadn't won 1. I was like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be his year, man. Like at this point, you can't keep passing this guy up. Hasn't he been nominated for 3 Oscars or was it 2?
Probably.
I think it was 3.
He's not a first time nominee for sure.
Couple other
Interstellar.
Dunkirk, huh?
I think it was Interstellar.
Yep. And was it one more or was it just those 2?
Was it Dark Knight?
This is the power of Google.
Something. Yeah, it was either 2 or 3, but I will say I think this being his 3rd or 4th, they can't keep passing this guy up, man. You can't keep nominating Nolan. And I mean, Nolan's a fantastic director. Oppenheimer had phenomenal direction. I'm hoping for the nominations list, we don't end up seeing like all white male directors. That was kind of weird to see that at the BAFTAs. So I hope that we do mix that up and give us some Celine Song, some Core Jefferson or something. Because that wasn't quite it. BAFTAs. Y'all know what y'all was doing, and that was not it. So I'm going to go Oppenheimer and Nolan. What you think, Lo?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely Nolan's to lose, I believe. I mean, it's been long enough where, you know, Academy always gives out the occasional, oh, this one's for you kind of Oscar. But besides that, though, I just, like I said earlier, I think Oppenheimer is my favorite film of the year. It just blew me away. I saw it 3 times in different formats, IMAX, Dolby, and 70 millimeter. I was just enamored with the way he presented the story. Freaking Ludwig Göransson's score. Can you hear the music? Like that moment, it just takes my breath away every single time. Like when we go into the clouds and we start seeing all the light tricks that they were doing with the camera, I'm just like that's cinema for me. Like it's crazy how he took this like talky political thriller and made it a genuine blockbuster that made damn near, or it crossed the billion mark, right? So
I think it was just teetering on the edge.
Or it was just right under it. Yeah,
which is still crazy because it's still his highest grossing film ever, if I'm not mistaken.
Like to take an R-rated political thriller and damn near make $1 billion is just a testament to his achievement. And I think it's his year. It's his year. So I agree with that.
Yeah, I just did a quick fact check. He's only had 1 Best Director nomination. It was for Dunkirk.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. And it was
he didn't get shit for Interstellar. It was Inception. It got nominated for Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay, and then Best Original Screenplay for Memento. That's it. So I generally think Oppenheimer's still going to take Best Picture, but The Holdovers is kind of a runner-up for me. Like I feel like it's genuinely kind of like the races between The Holdovers and Oppenheimer. It's no longer Barbenheimer. I don't know her. Who's Bob? Bob the Builder? We don't know her. I genuinely think that's the race right now. Things could think, who knows what could happen. I could be wrong. It's 10 nominees, it's 10 slots, but at the same time, like you guys said, Barbie's lost a lot of steam. Barbie is still a phenomenal film, but it's still, in the grand scheme of things, in the eyes of a lot of the people voting, is very commercial. It's not seen as auteur as, say, Nolan's Oppenheimer or Holdovers and yada yada yada. It doesn't have enough of that I guess. What I don't know. It just
Prestige,
doesn't have like
maybe?
that.
I
don't know. I feel like people don't take women seriously enough usually off rip, and
I was gonna say
Barbie isn't gonna be taken seriously enough more than like past technical categories.
You know what worried me?
Barbie's gonna be a techie girl.
With Barbie, what worried me was when the Golden Globes gave them that box office. I was like, oh shit. They basically are like, here you go, Barbie, here you go.
You made a lot of money, which
good for you. Like that's
like they had an incredible marketing budget. They had great marketing behind it, but at the same time, there's something to be had, something of value to see a woman directed and woman led film that is not perfect, but to be that successful and to be genuinely that good and that sincere. I think despite its imperfections, I've seen it multiple times and I still find enjoyment out of it. And it's one of those things where, because it is more palatable to people of all ages, including a younger audience, and that's like my take on the discourse of whether it's smart enough feminism or not. And to that I say, not every this is the first time a lot of women are hearing it. So I think we should be conscious of that. But I genuinely think that Scorsese might take it or might surprise.
Ooh.
I think the Academy is still gonna snub Nolan. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying it might happen. But that's just me being a little spicy about it. I think Scorsese's never won. So they're kind of in the same boat of these incredible filmmakers with a lot of like a very iconic filmography and a lot of respect in the industry. Scorsese more so, let's say. And Scorsese, like, people love him and breaks a lot of people's hearts that he's facing mortality very head on and is upset that he feels like he just now learned how to make a good movie. And he feels like he doesn't have enough time left. And I feel like that kind of story or that kind of thought process might be influencing the vote. But who am I to say? Food for thought.
You know what's funny is
Something
like,
to chew on.
you know what's funny is Killers of the Flower Moon had a little bit of, can this steal the best picture? And that has just completely plummeted. But I think you might be onto something with Marty. I think he might.
I think Marty has people's hearts and he's a good director and people still like him.
Didn't Marty win for The Departed?
I think I thought he was just nominated. I don't remember him winning. I could be mistaken.
Something for director. I think it might have been The Departed. I think he might be right.
Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He won? Okay. Then
yeah, that was
my
his like
argument is not valid.
Did that win picture though?
It did.
Oh shit.
Okay, so that was his year. Never mind.
You know, I kind of wanted to touch on what you're saying about Barbie though, Ileana, because like I hate that you're right, but it also annoys me that like Greta Gerwig did put her auteur like hat on to do Barbie. Like it wasn't just a plastic doll movie. Like she put a lot into it with Noah Baumbach. And I hate that. That's what I'm saying.
It was just the Barbie.
Look, hey, I'm Filipino. I love Joe Coy, but that joke pissed me off because he obviously didn't see Barbie. He obviously didn't understand the movie, because for him to make that Barbie joke, it was just despicable. And I was so pissed like when that joke happened.
It was bad too. Like shit, if you're gonna be sexist, at least be funny.
Oh my god! Yeah, it's like, oh, he was like comparing Oppenheimer to a movie about a plastic doll. Like, bro, read the room. Like, that is not what Barbie was about.
And there was so much like love and care put into Barbie, not only like narratively but stylistically in terms of filmmaking. Like, you had so many good practical sets. And the inspiration that Gerwig had when she was directing and all of the detail-oriented decisions that she made are something I really admire. And I think that's why she's going to snag a nomination. I genuinely still believe it. I still believe in her nomination for director. I don't think she's going to take it, unfortunately. I think the category is relatively stacked. I don't know. I think it might be Scorsese's year again. Did I talk out of my ass a little bit earlier? Perhaps. But I still stand by that.
No, you're good. Hey, to be honest, I almost messed up earlier because I was going to shout out Nolan for winning for Memento. I thought he won, but he didn't. So.
He wasn't even nominated.
No, he was. It was just best original
writing. For original screenplay, but not director.
Yeah,
he got screenplay for Inception too, didn't he? Wasn't that the nomination? So that means if we take all of his nominations just outside of directing, I think he's got about 4 or 5 between screenwriting and directing. I'm like, I don't know.
But this is including Best Picture nominations.
The innocent route with Martin, but I don't know. I feel like it's his time, man. It's Nolan's time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he got that Golden Globe and they were like, this is his 8th nomination. I was like, 8th? Come on now. Y'all can't keep
They gotta give it to him so he can go to the bathroom like without guilt, to be honest.
Also, if you kind of do the math, right? Scorsese had his like epic run from the 80s into like the early 90s, and then they gave it to him for Departed. You look at like Spielberg, doing what he did all the way up until Saving Private Ryan. He got it for Saving Private Ryan. I think if you look at the timeline, this is about the right time for Nolan. So
if that's the
Oscar
formula,
Oscar
the formula. Oscar math. I mean, that's at the end of the day, that's what people are doing. Like
punching numbers.
The stats, us crunching numbers like a couple of bookies, and that's what this is about.
Right.
No, but I think generally Nolan is not undeserving, and I think he will probably take it. But my spicy take is that Scorsese might be a surprise. I think it might be a second win. But
I'm here for your spicy takes, Ileana. I love it.
Is it? Do I have empirical data? Clearly not. Other than good movie.
Hey, it checks. It checks out. So
what's going on, Professor Film Fan? Got Eric Patterson rolling in. Hey, Eric. Good to see you,
Hello.
my friend.
Hello.
And then Ryan Gosling doing I'm Just Kidding at the Oscars will be the true win for Barbie.
And that's what people are going to tune in for. And I respect that. Because that's how they get people. That's how, viewership, baby.
There you go.
Them as rookie numbers.
They're gonna market the hell out of that too. Like,
of course, even though obviously What Was I Made For? The stronger, like lyrically, the stronger song. But
I think Ryan Gosling agrees with you with that facial expression. Winning. I was like, he was like,
it's just that I'm Just Ken is like so fun. And I think that's what it's appealing to. It's appealing to like that funky 80s style, like musical number of it all, because at the end of the day, I feel like not the rewatchability, but the re-listenability of I'm Just Ken is a little bit higher than What Was I Made For? What Was I Made For is sad, beautiful, gorgeous, heartbreaking, but heartbreaking. I'm not going to listen to that in the morning.
I'm up here like Dance the Night was my favorite Barbie song, but okay.
No, you know what? No, you know what? That's true. You know what? It's also a banger. Dua Peep. I think she's
my
like,
babe. That's babe right there.
That is mother. Truly.
But
I think that is going to be the highlight.
Let us know your predictions down in the comments. Your big four, the best picture and best director, because hey, we might have a surprise, or we might just have a typical year and they're just like Oppenheimer. Maybe it'll go that route. Guys, y'all let us know what you think, but we are going to move into our next segment.
All right.
Journalism.
All right. The potatoes are here. They're cooked. Let's check that box office pulse, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Mean Girls is leading the pack with a very quiet weekend with a measly $11 million. That's got the top spot. Director David Ayer's latest action flick, The Beekeeper, starring Jason Statham, comes in at second with 8.5 mil. And then Wonka, Anyone But You, and Migration round up the top 5. Neither film getting that much closer to David Ayer's 8 mil. It's all single digits. Numbers are down across the board from the previous month. Last time we checked the pulse. And to be fair, there's not a lot of like big tentpole releases happening right now. We had our first infamous January horror flick come and go. The less I speak of it, the better, because I'll be honest, I freaking hated Night Swim. But Night Swim came and gone.
Which one are you talking about? Did I miss it?
Right. Yeah, Night Swim. Sorry to everybody that was involved in the picture. I know it's hard to make a movie, but that was not it, guys. And Mean Girls, I kind of love that it's at the top spot, but I mean, it's not a high number. It's so funny the controversy of them marketing this film like not saying it was a musical, because most people don't come out to musicals, and it's still making numbers. I think people just like Mean Girls as a brand, people will show out. And I didn't get a chance to see it myself. I'm not sure if either of you guys have, but let me throw this down to our new team member, Ileana. How do you feel about the current state of the box office? This is a really quiet weekend, but if you look at the list, I mean, there's not a lot of bangers out right now.
I think
are you
it's a typical
surprised with
January.
Right, exactly. Are you
I
surprised
think
with Mean
it's
Girls
slow
being
season. No,
the top movie?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because I saw it and it was a hoot. It was a hoot of a mediocre movie, but it was a hoot nonetheless.
Oh,
It was a hoot nonetheless.
I love it.
No, truly, no, because honestly, I think it's fun. I think it is a story worth adapting to like the current state of our youth, which is like hilarious, but at the same time concerning because of how chronically online that like we all are, because I am the first of the Gen Z. But yeah, I think it was I know there was like a little bit of an issue with production because they didn't have a lot of time to make this, even though they had like a $36 million budget. I don't know. I think people just like fun. I think it was kind of an Into the Woods situation when that trailer came out and people swore up and down it was just gonna be like a Disney fairy tale movie, and it wasn't, because people don't know who Stephen Sondheim was. And I don't know. I think people who are bitter and hate musicals with like a passion or make that like a personality trait, like, find God.
I loved Into the Woods.
I love Into the Woods too. And I think, even though there's some kind of problematic changes to it, if I'm not mistaken, like from the original,
Into the Woods.
but it's still a great movie. And I think musicals are such wonderful movies and such a wonderful like piece of art in and of itself. So I really wish, honestly, my complaint with Mean Girls is that it cut musical numbers out, and it didn't cast good. Yeah, they cut like 3 songs out from the Broadway like musical, and they're good songs, which is unfortunate. So like they trimmed it down.
I'm glad you told me that, because they're actually bringing a production to San Jose, which is where I live in Northern California. I'm gonna watch the stage version because I want to see
the stage version.
I've
seen little bootleg TikToks of it, and Renee Rapp was in the original Broadway production. That's why she's like the saving grace of the film, because she's kind of the only one who knows how to sing like an actual Broadway voice. I feel like the actress, I don't remember her name, who plays Katie, can't sing for shit. And when you compare, which a lot of people are doing, when you're comparing the singing voices of the movie cast in comparison to the Broadway cast, it's laughable. And I think that's what really pushed the movie into not so great territory for me. But it doesn't, again, it doesn't surprise me that it's at the top, because at the end of the day, it's a well-recognized brand. People are just curious enough to see, even though a lot of them just go in totally blind and like, oh, it's a musical, but they're not getting up and leaving. When I went to go see it as a packed theater, like we were still kind of gagged. There's an iCarly joke in it. Like,
nice.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's funny. It's funny as fuck, to be honest. But
honestly, I think before its run ends, I'm gonna check it out. I just haven't had time to see it.
I think it's worth checking out. I think it's worth going in like with very low expectations and going in with a mojito.
Hey.
That's how I did it.
I would say I'm doing dry January, but
fair
when I come out of it.
I think honestly my December was more dry than my January, nice. I'm like, you know what? This is a treat.
Colby's in the house.
We are feeling fetch.
Feeling
Stop making fetch. Stop making fetch happen.
And John, I swear, man, I hope you're not right, but I'm scared. Madame Web is probably gonna make some money. Goodness gracious.
Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah,
people are horny for Dakota.
But really quick before I throw the C, Leo, shouts out to Wonka, because Wonka's really had some good legs coming from December, and it was such a wonderful picture. I'm really glad it's doing well. I honestly want to see it again. It's one of those movies that really, really surprised me to close out 2023. Anyone but you, holy crap, a $20 to $25 million budget. They're getting close to like 100 mil, right? So good for them. I mean, I'm not storming the gates to see Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, but good for them, I guess. Let me throw this to you, Leo. Did you see The Beekeeper or Mean Girls, or was either of any interest to you?
Man, I got so sick at the beginning of January. I ended up missing both of them. But, Mean Girls, it's like you were saying, that was actually very well said. As a brand, attracts people. So I think that regardless of it being a musical or not, people are going to stick it through because of Mean Girls as a brand. Oh my God.
John hopes he meets his future wife in the Amazon jungle studying spiders. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man.
You're good, bro.
But yeah, please continue.
I kind of lost my train of thought with that comment. But
God,
yeah,
that trailer. Oh,
Mean Girls.
As a brand, you were saying, as a brand,
Mean Girls is a brand.
Yeah, Mean Girls as a brand, I feel like will attract moviegoers just based on being a Mean Girls movie. It's like, oh, you know, I love the original, so let me go watch the shit. And guess what? Let's make fetch happen, okay? Fuck that. We're gonna make fetch happen. But I want to see it. I do want to see it. I've seen a clip of like, it was like an audience, and like apparently she's in the classroom and starts singing, and the audience is like, "Oh my God, really?" And I'm like,
it's so dumb because it's not the opening number. It's not the first time she sings.
Like, it's so weird.
I think their reaction was like, another one? Like,
yeah, that's
because it sounded like they were like, oh.
The audience sounds so disappointed in that, and I'm like, fuck it, let this lady sing, hell. But
damn,
I still got to check it out.
It's rough out here.
Beekeeper looks amazing. Just listen, let me be 100%. It's a Jason Statham action movie. I know what I'm gonna get out of this bullshit. I'm down to go watch it. I can't wait. John Wick, super duper light. I'm down. And then, yeah, what you were saying about Wonka, the legs on that movie. So my whole thing about WB is I'm like, look at how Wonka is doing. Why did you release Color Purple and Aquaman around that time? Why did you do it? Look at Wonka. Like, that to me is just like a marketing and release misfire by WB. You could have had three bangers if you would have moved those out of the way, let Wonka breathe. You would have had Wonka hitting about over 500. I feel like Aquaman may have done even better. Color Purple certainly would have done a little bit better than it's doing now. So I don't like that they cannibalize themselves, but Wonka's at least paying off for them out of those three, because Aquaman not doing amazing at 400 mil, and then Color Purple is just, man, unfortunate what's going on with that. But yeah, good at box office, but feels like January. And Night Swim, they wanted to be Megan, didn't they? And they sure in the hell weren't. They wanted to be the Megan of January, and they were like, nah.
Get them.
I was going to say, Megan was a pleasant surprise. I actually wrote a review about it on the cinemaspot.com. Shameless promo. But like, yeah, nah, it was not it, guys. I almost fell asleep in Night Swim, and not because I was tired, just because I was bored.
Get him.
That's all I'm going to say.
I heard the reason the pool is haunted is like super stupid, and I'm like, oh no.
Well, no, it's not even that.
Wait,
bro.
that's what it's about?
Yeah, it's about a haunted pool.
No, seriously, it's a pool that was built on a sacred land and the waters were haunted for centuries.
No.
That's most suburbs.
No, honestly, it was just every freaking terrible trope you could think of. Like, oh, the dad's not himself anymore, and the kids that no one believes the kids. The kids saw some ghosts and nobody believes them because they're kids. Like, just every trope you could think of. It's like, it was just very unoriginal, and even like the scares weren't there. There wasn't really any good jump scares. Just,
look, Megan would love that Mean Girls. We know Megan would love her some.
She gonna eat Regina George.
Like literally
eat her up.
Literally.
Megan was fun.
That's the 1v1 I want to see. Megan and Regina George. Yeah,
I'm actually excited because I heard they greenlit a sequel, right, Leo? Last time we reported that.
Megan?
That's what I heard. Wasn't that?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Megan squared?
Yeah, so hear me out, guys. Megan 2.0. This is just the rumor, guys. There's going to be another cyborg in the movie. There's going to be another Megan. And it's going to be kind of like a T2 sort of style turn where this new Megan model is going to be the good guy. And then the new girl that comes along, another model, is going to be an evil one. So I'm
my money. Take my money.
Right? Take it now.
I love it. But yeah, that about wraps up the polls, guys. Did she now?
Yeah,
she did.
Rachel McAdams on SNL.
Now that was fetch.
Introducing.
There you go.
Super dope.
But let's keep it moving. We got a lot of fun stuff to get into. Next in the docket. Oh, Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Hansen are confirmed to be returning to Daredevil Born Again. And guys, just for some context for you guys that don't know, Daredevil Born Again originally was announced to not have them in it. They completely scrapped the previous version, reworked it, or rewriting it, and now they're back. And honestly, this is for the better. I mean, this is like having Batman without Alfred or Commissioner Gordon. Like, this is his crew. This is his posse, his family. It would make no freaking sense to take them out of the show, and I'm so glad that they rectified that. Let me throw this to you, Leo. I know you are the big Daredevil like champion. This is your thing. How excited were you to hear this? Because to me, this is a huge win. Huge win.
Man, oh man, if y'all follow me on my old Twitter account that had been bombed by WB and is now gone, I was a huge supporter of the Save Daredevil campaign. I was posting at one point for day after day, Save Daredevil, hashtag Save Daredevil. I had bracelets, shirts. Guys, to see not only Daredevil Born Again come to fruition, that was the first, like, oh my God, now that we got Foggy and Karen back, we're getting back, guys. They scrapped Daredevil Born Again, saw it, said, you know what? And you know what? I do want to, before I say this, I do want to preface that I hate that the creatives had to go through shooting 9 episodes or 8 or however many they had in the can and then have them scrapped. That sucks. However, I am very happy that they are getting the same stunt and fight coordinator back. We're dialing it down from 18 episodes down to no confirmation, but about 8 to 12 is what I'm thinking, about the same as the Daredevil seasons. So we're dialing that season down and we're bringing Foggy and Karen back. Guys, production on this, filming on this starts on Monday. So I'm super excited for Daredevil Born Again. Honestly, I'm out of my seat, man. Like, we got the Daredevil, we got the Netflix shows in MCU proper canon, baby. Like,
we are so back.
We're back. We're back. Oh my gosh. Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist are all canon now.
Some of the best television, period. Not even best superhero television. Some of the best television.
Just great.
Hell
I mean, Daredevil is like one of my favorite all-time shows. I'm currently rewatching it since it got a D+, and I'm just like, this damn show, man. To start the show, and it's like, oh, a mugging is happening, and this guy's just like up on a crane looking down over 2 guys doing a mugging, and he just starts beating them up in a black suit and black covered beanie. I'm just like, this is TV, baby. Like, such a great show. I'm so happy for this, and I can't wait for more updates, guys. Like, definitely come back to the channel. Shameless plug. Come back to the channel and be on the lookout for some more updates for Daredevil Born Again.
Netflix MCU fans, stand up. Hell yes. And I want to pose this question to you, Ileana. Yeah. Ronald E. Smith says, do we really trust the MCU writing team to give these characters the justice they deserve?
No, but I need something to believe in.
Well, okay, again, guys, do we know who's doing the rewrites? Do we even know? Like, has that been announced?
Team. Well, the Loki team are directing, so I know that it's the Loki team that's directing. I don't.
That's comforting. So Kate Herron's a part of the project,
huh?
Kate Herron.
I don't know, because I know it's just the Loki, the directors, not the writers of Loki. So whoever directed. Who's a writer? I think they might be writing too, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check that.
Yeah, I honestly, I think Daredevil being born again is the right call, and I know it's like a very difficult call, and it's a very costly call. So I think that gives me a bit of hope that what we are going to get is something that's more true to the story, true to the characters, bringing back those essential characters through Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Hansen. It's going to be a huge win. It is a huge win already. And I don't know. I think I don't mind if Daredevil Born Again is just one season, because we already had 3 phenomenal seasons of Daredevil, but it still felt like we were aching for a better conclusion to Matt Murdock's story. Like, I feel like there's still more to be seen just before we say goodbye to like Charlie Cox's Daredevil.
Yeah, because
so I'm hyped.
Over at the table was like, no, come on, we can't. Oh, haha, it's a play on the first episode. I don't care. That didn't feel like an ending. That did not feel like a conclusion.
No, it really didn't. I thought it was more of a cliffhanger in the sense of they found their way back to each other as a team, as friends, because they've been through all this shit, and especially like with the gravity of season 3. which again, some of the best television in the past 10 years. I genuinely think that this is on a better track. That I definitely do. Do I trust it entirely? No, because again, we've been burned before. But I'd like to be a little bit optimistic. And I genuinely think, especially with the hype that Echo has gotten, he stared into my soul. I think Loki and Echo give me hope.
And you know what? I just looked up the writer. It's the writer for The Punisher, and then the directors are Aaron Moorhead and Justin Benson, who did.
Okay.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so
gotcha.
John Lee's confirming
Not bad.
Dario Scardapane. He wrote
Yep,
and
so
executive
that's who it is.
produced The Punisher.
There you go.
So he's the
Awesome.
showrunner, which is good because they didn't have a showrunner previously because Disney Plus and all of them are insane.
Yeah, they were like
There's shows
having it
with no writers'
executively
rooms.
produced by the movie team, and I was like, dude, y'all can't have the movie team down here being like like movie execs cutting these shows. Like that was a big
It
mistake.
doesn't
so.
work the same. Television is so different. It's such a different like production process and
Exactly.
storytelling like format. Like you can't. It just they don't mesh. Genuinely.
And I will only allow so many comments from Tyler tonight, but this one's good. A Daredevil montage to bring me to life? Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Wake me up. Oh,
Wake me up inside.
yeah.
And I just see him doing a backflip.
Yes.
Now,
would
let
be
me tell
fantastic.
you, I still remember when, like, because Daredevil came out in 2015. I still remember when that first trailer dropped, baby. Oh my God. We were so hyped. It was a family show. In my household, it was a family show. And we ate it up. We would literally just rot on the sofa once a year for 3 years and watch, like, binge Daredevil.
Love it.
That was the only thing we would binge. It was Daredevil. So
things,
let's hope
things are
force
looking
times
up.
to charm.
Yes, for the man without fear, things are looking up, and we can only hope we're just gonna get more and more good news as this gets closer and closer to a trailer, perhaps.
Yes.
So
little tease.
And from one universe to the next, director S.J. Clarkson makes a surprising announcement that Madame Web will be a standalone film. Apparently, it won't have any direct ties to anything before or after it, which I'm going to say this right now. I call baloney. Just saying this right now. I feel like maybe they want to downplay what they actually is going to be in the film that we see. Maybe there's a post-credit sequence that they're hiding. I call baloney. But look, the only reason I say that is because they're sitting on money here that if they miraculously get Tom Holland or Andrew Garfield involved with this in some shape or fashion or form, they might have something there. But until then, I am not very interested in the SSU, the Sony Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man, whatever the hell it's called. Marvel characters, Sony.
So it's
I don't
crazy
know.
that this went from Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters. That was like the original. I'm like, what the hell is that? Now it's the Sony Spider-Man universe without a Spider-Man.
I don't even like saying it, but look, I'm not gonna take anything away from this. There's another woman director that I didn't realize she did a couple episodes of Jessica Jones. She's done an episode of Succession. She's done some what was it? Was it Defenders? I think. So she's got some background. Okay. I don't really know her besides that. But let me throw this to you, Eliana. Are you excited for this movie? Because this just feels like CW Spider-Man, and he looks like CW Spider-Man. Like, I don't know what this movie's gonna be, but that first trailer was not it for me.
No, I think it's just gonna be a little Y2K moment in like an attempt to be Y2K, because it is like officially set in 2003, and I'm like, I could have told you that from the trailer. But I think it is somewhat comforting, I guess, that it is going to be a standalone film, because even though I totally agree with you, Lo, it's probably baloney, because Sony is very greedy and they like to surprise people and bring people to the movies with stupid post-credit scenes. So I think I don't think it's going to resist itself, even at the end, even if it just like references something very briefly and then be like, okay, that doesn't affect us at all. Like whatever. It's just going to be like some kind of a marketing tactic in some way, shape, or form. However, not particularly excited. Will I still see it? Probably. because I'm still here for a female-led superhero film. I genuinely very much enjoyed the Marvels. Like, I'm a huge Marvels fan, especially Captain Marvel and Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel, you know, and
Miss
now
Marvel.
obviously, obviously Miss Captain Rambeau. So I think this might be a fun Valentine's Day flick that is going to top the box office that weekend because genuinely people thirst over Dakota Johnson and Sydney Sweeney. And I think it's going to be a thirst watch. And I think you're going to see it twice.
Absolutely. No, that's
I
what
knew what
bugs
she
me.
was doing.
This movie's gonna make money. Like who are
It's
we
just
kidding?
horny.
But
It's just horny.
exactly. But Leo, Sydney Sweeney is your girl, or at least one of. You know, you got Dua Lipa on there as well. But
Sydney Sweeney?
I mean, weren't you one of her fans?
No, man. I'm gonna tell you now. I think Sydney Sweeney's a little overrated, but that's just how I feel.
My
Get
man.
him! Get him! Get him!
Let me give you guys.
Leo said, "Do not associate me."
Don't want to get cooked on Twitter, do you? But okay, I gotta preface this by saying I haven't watched Euphoria, so I don't have as big of a grip on all of her acting talent as I'd like to. Of course, that's her big show or big moment, so I do need to watch that. But I've watched Anyone But You. Maybe it was. I thought maybe it was because she was next to Glenn. I was like, okay, I don't know. Glenn's got a lot of charm and charisma, and she was pretty dry. And then I watched what was it? What was that agent movie she did on HBO Max? What was that called? I can't remember what it was called, but it was not a great film. I didn't think she was that great in it either. But so I don't know. I'm 0 for 2 on Sydney Sweeney. But and Dakota Johnson got me tangled in the web, y'all. I'm gonna be watching it twice, okay? After that video, I was like, well, yeah, she told me I'm gonna be watching it twice, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna be watching it twice.
No, I saw that. I was like, my fallen comrades.
I've fallen, I've tangled up in the web, y'all. But what I will say is that
not even mad. I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
So supposedly what I'm hearing is that there's no post-credit in the film. So because of that, I do think this is genuinely trying to be its own thing. And what I think, this is just a theory, and actually this is my buddy's idea and I support him. I think that they are going to make Sydney Sweeney Spider-Woman the Spider-Man of this little universe pocket they're trying to get going here. Because if you think about it, Anyone But You was Sony, and then she's got another movie coming up with Sony. So I think Sony might be banking on Sydney Sweeney. And if they could make a little bank here, I think her Jessica Cornwall, which is not Julia Carpenter from the comics, they named her Julia Cornwall in this. But I think that they could be banking on her being the Spider-Woman of this universe. Maybe. Also, this is a little comic book nerdy of me, but that is not Ezekiel Sims. This Spider-Man ripoff dude, that's not this character at all. Ezekiel Sims is a dude with like big hands and big feet. He appears on a few Spider-Man issues. I'm like, what the hell is this guy? They're trying so hard, y'all, to have a Spider-Man that they have to pull out this Dollar Tree, dollar bin fucking excuse for Spider-Man to have somebody in the universe that looks like Spider-Man.
Great value.
Ridiculous.
Kirkland.
It looks like Taskmaster.
King
This
Super's
is my problem.
Brand. I'm like, man, I'm sick of this, bro. Just get Spider-Man to cameo, but they can't. I think there's a contractual thing where the MCU is like, actually, we kind of have Spider-Man on loan over here, and they're like, okay, we can't. It's just a mess. One thing's for sure, get a damn Spider-Man. And I guess if Sydney Sweeney is your Spider-Man or Spider-Woman, go for it then, I guess. If she's good, go for it.
Hey, I was gonna say I'm not a big championer of her either, but this would have been fire if she was in the MCU as Black Cat.
That's the ideal.
That's the ideal casting.
I thought they were gonna do. And
that would have been amazing. Oh.
Because like she clearly had, No, I think Sydney Sweeney definitely has the. I'm just gonna go out and say it. She has a sex appeal. Like,
for sure.
Black Cat is very much a sex appeal like character. bisexual awakening for many.
Oh yeah.
And
hey, she be on Peter's shit. She be on his nuts.
exactly. Like she is literally like the Catwoman of like the Spider-Man Rogues Gallery. So like
she's like, come here,
it
Peter.
fits. So like it fits. So like I feel like her vibe especially definitely fits. So I don't know why they're making her like a Spider-Woman here, but you know what? It is what it is. But I think my issue, and it just kind of like clicked right now, my issue with this movie is that it feels so much like Black Widow.
Ugh.
Like that. Yeah. Because this dude, this like Dollar Tree Spider-Man also looks like Taskmaster.
Goofy. This is not Ezekiel.
Very goofy and not movie.
I'm going to pull up a picture right now of what Ezekiel Sims looks like in the comics, and then y'all let me know. Yeah, they're probably just trying to make some kind of Spider-Man ripoff. I'm like, yo, this is not Ezekiel Sims. Ezekiel Sims is this guy. Let me pull it up.
So while you pull that up, Tyler's saying how would she interact with anyone? She'll be like 40 plus like later if she appears in Venom. But I feel like, I think to an extent this will be by itself, but it doesn't close the door on it being like a Spider-Verse where they escape that universe that they're in. So
yeah, it's very possible, but this is Ezekiel Sims, and I'm like, that is not at all what that character is.
Yeah, that's weird as hell.
No,
so
I'm
it
not
definitely
into it.
seems like they're trying to just have some sort of, oh, look, guys, we got a Spider-Man. Come on now.
Be serious.
In the house, what up? He said, come on, not the Taskmaster comparison. Hey, we call it how we see it, man.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna have to disagree with her, but yeah,
But with that being said, I've had about enough of the Sony Marvel character, no Spider-Man universe. So let's keep moving. I'm gonna throw this right to you, Leo. So Melissa Barrera breaks the silence on the Scream 7 situation. Please enlighten me, because was this like an interview or something? I didn't get a chance to see the clip if there was.
Yeah, so there was an interview with her at Sundance for her film Your Monster, and they did ask her about the situation, and she did respond that she's actually pretty grateful for it happening. She's on the come up. She's got a lot going on, so she's grateful for this. And I thought it was that Scream 7 situation is such a terrible situation, but I'm glad both her and Jenna are out at this point, because the way that they treated Neve Campbell, now they treating them like this. I'm like, okay, they're just treating women like shit. And I would love for them to be in Scream 7, but man, she's got Abigail coming out. She's got Your Monster at Sundance. She don't need no fucking Scream 7. So really, I mean,
one door closes and like 10 more open. It 100%. Is what it is.
And I think that they gave up a big new name in horror, and they're gonna regret that. I think 9 times out of 10, they're gonna have to go for Neve, and I don't know if they're gonna even get her. So yeah, I do think this situation as a whole is crap. And I'm happy for Melissa. I'm happy that the Abigail movie looks so good. I'm happy that Your Monster's at Sundance. And I think she's actually working on one other project. So she's booked and busy, and they're over here scrambling. So.
Oh, yeah. She is a talented up-and-coming actress. She's going to have tons of opportunity for her. And honestly, I was so upset when this whole thing went down. So I'm just glad that things are looking up for her. And I think, to her point, this might be for the best, because she would have been tied in, stuck with a franchise in a manner that some actors and actresses don't like. They like to have the freedom to do other things, and this opens doors for her. So let me throw this to you, Ileana, because I don't remember if we had your reaction before, but I mean, kind of just touch base on what happened and how you feel about it now.
I think she's a badass. I think she's definitely like one of the few people in the industry with like a backbone. And I think she definitely, it's very, I hate to say that it has to be brave. Like, it has to be brave of her. You shouldn't have to be brave to stand up for what's right. And she spoke up. And I think that was the best thing she could have done, because that's also helped strengthen her own following and her own base and people supporting her. And I think she's a talent that's worth supporting right now. So like y'all said, like the things she has coming up, one door closes, 10 more open, and she is not a stranger to being stuck in a bad contract because she is a telenovela star in Mexico.
Mhm.
And I saw recently a clip of an interview she did in Spanish. She had to buy out her own contract to leave the very strict and pretty much like abusive telenovela, like television industry in Mexico, so she could go to the US and pursue her career. They had her locked in for 10 years and she still had like some time left, and she saved up her money, and all of the money she'd made and saved up from her years in telenovelas, she used to buy out her own contract.
Oh, wait. That's fucking awesome.
So this is not her first rodeo being a badass.
Oh, let me give y'all the
good for her.
Let me give y'all the exact quote. I finally found it. Says, quote, honestly, I think I'm finally becoming the person who I'm supposed to be in life. And the last few months have been a big awakening of that. I'm just so grateful for everything that's happened.
Good for her.
She's out of, man.
I will be in the theater.
Yeah. And we're going to be, and here's the thing is, it's like you were saying, Ileana, them doing that, it just has strengthened her base. Now people are going to be showing up for her even more.
And especially now when like it is not cute or sexy or any way, shape, or form to not support Palestine. And the people, the consumers, the people that are watching media, a lot of people are calling actors out for being Zionists. And I'm sorry, a lot of your faves are racist. A lot of your faves support genocide, unfortunately. And the list is getting more and more limited of who's actually, morally okay to support in this industry and in media. And Melissa Barrera is kind of at the front of that. She's been the most outspoken in terms of like young actors, especially supporting Palestine, calling for a ceasefire. And guess what? Most people, I'd like to think, and we can see it now, most people are going to support the right thing. And it's better to support the right thing with Melissa right now in terms of like the media that we consume, other than a stupid Netflix show that should have stopped, should have ended a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And honestly, just with her getting all the opportunity, I couldn't be more happy for her going forward. And as far as I'm concerned, Scream's dead to me. They should just shelve it. I feel like they shouldn't even bother with a seventh Scream.
Let it die.
You know what's going to happen, guys? And this is just my prediction. They're going to shop around those rights, and somebody else is going to have to buy it. They're going to have to scrap this bullshit, because, like, honestly, if you look at 5 and 6 and say, okay, that 6 is the two sisters walking away. Like, technically, sorry, spoiler warning for anybody who hasn't seen 6.
It's been a year.
I know, but I just gotta give the folk a warning. I just feel like that could be their conclusion, and it's like, hey, we got to go somewhere else, because there's just no way they're gonna be able to make this.
To your point, Leo, that's perfectly fine. Like, she drops the mask. She kind of lets go of her killer instincts or whatever was happening with the ghost of Billy Loomis, but
the only weird part of that 2 films,
it's truly breaking the cycle. It's breaking generational cycles. It's breaking the vice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I dig it. I'm not a Scream fan. I did enjoy more or less the 2 films that she and Jenna Ortega were in, but I think it's fine as is. You could just leave it like that. Let it die.
Yeah, Scream's my favorite franchise ever, and it hurts to see this happen, man. It's so hurtful. It's been a real Scream, horror, man.
It's really unfortunate.
All right, y'all. And to close out the roundup, Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan are set to team up once again in a top secret genre film. Like, I was reading a lot of the reports on this. They're really tight-lipped about what it's about, but I mean, let's be real here. Fruitvale Station, Creed, Black Panther, Coogler and Michael B. Jordan put out bangers. It just does not matter. And I'm so excited to see whatever it is. I'm really curious. Do you have like a ear on the ground, Leo, on what this is possibly? Or
so I guess the latest rumor is that it might be a vampire film. Guys, don't let that alarm you. There are good vampire films out there. Twilight.
It makes me excited. What do you mean alarm?
Well, some people might get alarmed by, vampires, but no, I think these two cooking up a vampire film, super down. But that's just like a rumor. We don't know what it is yet, but hey, you give this to anything from me, I'm seated. Seated. As soon as I saw, well, my first of Coogler's was Fruitvale Station, and yeah, after seeing that, I was like, I'm gonna be on the lookout for this guy. I am going to be honest with you guys. There's not one Ryan Coogler film I don't like. I will be there.
Absolutely, and I think to do what he did with Wakanda Forever after losing Chadwick Boseman, I think that says a lot. I mean, he made that film out of the most like unfortunate, tragic circumstances, and he made it work. So
while he himself was grieving, and the rest of the cast,
yeah, no, absolutely,
because they're, you know, it's still, it affects you, and it's it's a heavy cross to bear.
I don't know if you guys saw this
scene is so felt. You could tell that was like real.
Yeah,
feeling.
And it broke my heart too when I saw the quote where he was like, he was writing Black Panther 2 when he heard about Chadwick, and he said he was writing words for someone that would never say them.
Yeah.
And obviously he had to rewrite the whole thing, but that just broke my heart. But Ileana, are you a fan of Ryan Coogler?
Yeah. I just think he's neat. No, honestly, I genuinely think, and not just Ryan Coogler, I think he's a phenomenal director. I also love Michael B. Jordan. I think he's such a good, well-rounded actor and kind of a chameleon, to be honest. So when you're putting these names together, you're saying top secret genre film, the less I know, the better. The less I know, I want to go in blind. I want to be surprised. I want to eat it up. Because you know what? Yeah. We know too much these days.
Yeah,
I don't want to go in. We know too much, especially when it's shit that we're hype about. Like I'm trying to be more disciplined about things I'm excited about. I don't want to find out too much about them because I feel like I will inevitably set up an expectation in my head that, you know, is not always going to align with the artist's intention, and that's cool. So I'm trying to let the art be as it may be and go in as neutral as possible, which is impossible, but I may try.
Ileana gonna have to mute me. Updates over on Twitter. I'm like, you're gonna have to mute me.
That's fine.
I gotta give Michael B. Jordan his flowers. Creed 3, his direction, fucking awesome, man. I mean, to be guys, just for a little perspective, since about 4 years old, I've been watching anime and loving anime and just seeing all these anime characteristics he spewed into that movie. I'm like, this man is a anime diehard. So great job with Creed 3. And yeah, Coogler served as a creative consultant on the What If Star-Lord episode, What If T'Challa was Star-Lord. And I know he is having some sort of involvement in the Wakanda show coming up. So
as he should. I mean, he was practically the architect of the foundation of what we're seeing with Wakanda and all those characters. So as he should. Man, Tyler, probably not. He said, "Let me live in my delusion" has something to do with Blade, but I'm excited to see Ryan Coogler.
Let
go. Colby's saying it's one of the best director-actor combos. Absolutely. And sorry, Tyler, I kind of hope Ryan Coogler gives us something original. And I'm actually like, I would be excited even if it wasn't like an action picture or like something crazy. Even if it was just like another, not a biopic, but another more grounded story, that'd be cool. Maybe like something like Michael B. Jordan in the streets or something, like, you know, something more, you know, I don't know.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of tired of that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was about to say, if it's a funny musical or a rom-com, I'm in. It doesn't have to be gritty.
No, totally. I'm down for them to do something horror. I love that American Fiction like called this out. I'm kind of just black tragedy is starting to wear on me. So I'm like, I kind of want, you know, I want them to do something like action or sci-fi, or I want them to do something else.
Well, I mean, again, it's probably a tired genre, but I actually kind of I didn't mean like Michael B. Jordan in the streets. I meant like maybe he's like a cop in like a
okay.
You know, like something like that, something like kind of more just like
a street level superhero, but real life.
Yeah,
like,
but I don't know.
Kind of a vibe.
Okay, yeah, that's dope. I fucks with that. My
and then also, you know what's funny, when the first thought that came in my head, because they kept saying top secret, all this like secrecy, tight-lipped on the project. I'm like, okay, what are they doing? James Bond? Like, I was like, why are we being so
Well, hold
secretive?
on now.
But I think the key here is genre film. And if it's top secret, it's gonna be unexpected. Because he doesn't want my assumption. He doesn't want people making like biased assumptions about it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I feel like it's gonna be something, I would hope, a little bit something out of the box. That's why, like, I don't mind if it's like a comedy or if it's like a dramedy or something like that. I think that would be super fun. I think Michael B. Jordan would still be phenomenal in it. And
I was gonna say, like, Michael
again,
B. Jordan can do comedy, so I think that would be cool.
Oh yeah.
he's so charming. He is so charismatic. And I genuinely think that Ryan Coogler has the sense of humor to do it. I genuinely think he can balance that out, because like Black Panther is such a phenomenal film, and it handled, especially that first movie, because it obviously didn't have like the tragedy tied behind it just yet, but it balanced lighthearted notes with like the heavier like themes of the film so well that you could still laugh with it. You could laugh, you could cry. It's like so well rounded that I generally think this kind of this they're cooking. And I think,
to be honest, that high on tea kind of had this like sarcastic tone to it, but I actually like it got a laugh out of me because I'm like, dude, this guy's crazy. Like,
right? High on tea.
You know what I mean? It was like so like mischievous. Like,
I actually liked him in that awkward
Let him cook.
moment. I don't know if y'all saw that one, but he was with Zac Efron, and I think was that Miles Teller was in that one too.
oh,
that
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's like a little funny little comedy with the three of them.
Yeah.
So I know B. Jordan, he's got the comedic chops. But man, Lo, you got me hooked. The James Bond film?
No, you planted the seed. You planted the seed. Oh, yes.
Hey. Make this James Bond, please.
I'd be here for it, guys. I'd be here for it.
Huh?
No, I'm just saying I'd be here for it for sure. Like,
yeah, I'm like, somehow, please just let the
this is a spy flick. It's genre. We could do a spy flick. We could do a vampire flick. We could do a rom-com. There's a plethora of things that could be possible, and that's exciting to me.
Yeah.
Star Wars? Okay, I know I'm getting more there.
Okay.
Hold on.
Bring it back now.
Let's not involve that universe with their toxicity, okay?
Oh no, Lowe's in that. Uh-oh.
I'm just saying, the Star Wars fans are driving me nuts. It makes me embarrassed sometimes.
Like, man,
the secondhand embarrassment is real.
Ugh. It's like, we are not all of them, but God, they are so loud. Like,
I don't ever call people out, but SW theory and saying women can't be
solid. Get them.
Come on, man.
Get them.
Get a life.
I'm sending them a LinkedIn link.
Huh?
I'm sending them a LinkedIn link.
She's like,
here you go.
Right now, sir.
Get away from her. Get a job.
All right, y'all. We got to talk about one more story tonight. This was a crazy one. So in an interview with the Vanity Fair, Robert Downey Jr. shared a little tidbit about Christopher Nolan, saying that he doesn't really even like when people go to the bathroom, but understands. He's asked him, dude, when do you go? And Nolan responded, 11 a.m. and 6 p.m., which he said, I was like, are you effing kidding me? Who the heck goes on bathroom schedules, man? I'm like, Christopher Nolan is a robot to be able to just be like 11 a.m., 6 p.m. That's when I go to the bathroom. Don't love that y'all have to go to the bathroom all the time, but hey, I get it. What the hell, man? What do you think about this, Lo? This your boy, bro? I love me some Nolan too, but
come get him. Get him.
Look, hey, I am like the Nolan truther, guys, but I think some of this just might be OCD, because I think he just gets in the moment. He's such a perfectionist, and he really he has his schedule and he wants to get the scenes done, and it probably is more of a hindrance and just an annoyance. But I think, like he said, he understands it. But I think it's funny that he vocally told Robert Downey Jr. that he doesn't like it. So I just think the fact that maybe that's just how comfortable they were with each other, that he was comfortable saying that. But I think that's just him being a perfectionist in his craft. I mean, honestly, maybe obsessive, but
Eliana, 11 and 6.
Listen, for every hot girl tummy problem, there's this dude.
Oh my god.
This is like the polar opposite of that. And I think it's just wrong. This man needs fiber. Please
For real,
come
bro.
get him.
Hey,
Come
I was gonna
get
say,
him.
and also, yeah, the schedule's a little bit insane. I can't really
No,
stand by that.
it's
When my
psychotic.
body's got to go, my body's got to go. I ain't looking at the
No,
damn clock.
that to me is like a Coca-Cola and like just I don't know. It feels like he has a very strange diet of just soda or alcohol and maybe a snack. You know?
You know what? You know
Because
what?
who
I could-
schedules their digestion like that unless they're consistently eating the same thing at the same hours?
You know what? I can see him being the shows up to set with Diet Coke and bag of
Right?
goldfish
Just a
type of
cold
guy,
DC, a cold DC, and like I don't know, a sandwich. I just don't know what to
right?
tell you.
Like little turkey and cheese and like a Diet Coke is like his.
Isn't he
11:30
English?
lunch.
He's definitely not doing a full English.
Yeah, no, he's probably got his biscuits. You know, he's got his biscuits and
Yeah,
tea.
he's just doing Jammy Dodgers and Diet Coke.
Got a good
Jaffa cakes.
comment here from John Lee. Broccoli family probably won't let a non-UK. You right. Broccoli got that Bond franchise on lock. They got a death grip on that shit.
Rude.
And Nolan doesn't let his actor sit. That was actually Bradley Cooper that made that weird statement. That was like, oh, I don't bring
Toxic.
I was like, well, here's a picture of Bradley in a chair with Lady Gaga for that movie. So, I'm like, okay, Bradley Cooper talking about I don't have chairs on my sets. Oh, okie doke.
Tyler, I thought it, and I thought it would be crass to say it. Thank you for speaking the truth.
Nah, say it. He right. That Taco Bell be having
He
that
absolutely
stomach
right.
rumbling in the jungling. So it's
Hey.
No, there's no beans on toast in that man's life.
Taco Bell's coming out, man. It's got to come out. Like, you ain't scheduling that shit.
No, Taco Bell. The Taco Bell power dynamic needs to be spoken of. And Taco Bell is
okay.
always in control.
You get that in your tummy, man. That's coming right back out.
Hot girl tummy problems.
Well, guys, it has been a wonderful show, y'all. Man, it has been great having you, Ileana. Thank you for joining the team. It's been awesome.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, we're excited to have you
up.
on the journey. And yeah, at the end of the show, we just share our socials. So, Ileana, let the people know where they can find you and what you got coming up.
You can find me at Captain Melendez on Twitter and Instagram. I'm getting a little more active now. I was gone for a little bit. And honestly, what I got coming up is being on Geekly Goods live, being on here with you guys, and a couple of things on the Puerto Rico Critics Association. Some fun stuff coming up. So yeah, I'm just gonna focus on those for now.
Sweet, got some good projects coming up.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Let us know where the people can find you and what you got coming up.
You can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I'm a proud editor, writer, critic for The Cinema Spot. Check us out on all socials at The Cinema Spot or thecinemasPot.com. Got lots of great TV and movie reviews coming up. I'm actually actively kind of late on it, but I am going to do a very late review of Wonka, and I'm also going to write up a piece on past lives, just kind of highlighting like one of my favorite films of last year. And then we'll probably do something for the Oscars, but it's all cooking. Check us out at thecinemasPot.com.
Guys, go check them out over at thecinemasPot.com and come on back to this channel and the Geekly Goods Geekly Goods proper. Tomorrow we'll be streaming. Me and Chili Boy Productions, aka Larry, will be talking final predictions from Oscars, and we're going to do it. And it's just the nominations, but we're going to do it in like a tier list type of style. So come on over tomorrow, same time for that, 6 p.m. PT. And y'all come on back next week. And then on the main channel, we're doing a lot of MCU, DCU news. I know y'all seen it lately. That's where the channel's headed, guys. I'm doing a lot of the MCU, DC, and more movie updates. So come on back to the channel, guys, if you're around. And y'all come on back next week, same time, same place. And we'll see y'all next time on Geekly Goods.